And next, we're going to talk about the Wacousta family victims. We're telling you about a fundraiser where you can help support a family who's been devastated by this tragedy.
Yeah, now if you remember, a few months back we actually had Charred Sauces on our show. We played a really fun game with them, and they say that they couldn't actually have started their business Charred without the help of Dan Harris. Now they're giving back to his family. Take a look.
When we first started out, you know, it was exciting because this is our first one. I didn't really ever think past that. A year ago, I didn't think we'd be where we are right now.
It's time to get saucy a little bit up here in the studio today with Charred Sauces and Seasonings.
Well, I've been making a barbecue sauce for myself for a few years, and everybody seemed to really like it really well and asked where I got it, and I said I'd make it. And they said, you should sell that.
This is delicious.
The
my
cherry
gosh.
sauce.
I'm Trish Steffens.
I'm Rich Steffens, and my wife and I started Charred Barbecue Sauces a year ago.
A lot can happen in 1 year. Charred Sauces have taken over the shelves of mid-Michigan stores. But not too long ago, Trish and Rich were just getting started. I stopped by to hear more of their story.
Okay, so this is how it all started.
Yep, this is how it all started. There was my sample, just chicken sketch on some paper that I sent to them.
Rich and Trish had made a product they were proud of.
When you see people reacting to it and really liking it, that does give you, hey, maybe I am onto something here. Maybe I have a good product.
Their new business needed a logo, and their sauces needed a label.
And I said I wanted the word charred up above it, but I wanted it to look charred, and I could visualize it, but I can't transfer it onto paper.
You're either artsy or you're not.
Yeah.
Rich reached out to Dan Harris, a local graphic designer and owner of Dang Harris Design.
We started out with just one color, very simple icon to represent what that sauce was. Kind of charred letters, and he added the Michigan in between the whisk and the brush.
Dan's creativity was exactly what Rich needed to launch his brand.
And then here's the Michigan logo that he came up with kitchen items.
The more you look at it, the more you see.
Yeah, it was a very easy experience working with Dan because he was very, very friendly, very easygoing. He knew what he was doing.
I think it gave us confidence, honestly, because everyone loved it.
Charred Sauces hit the shelves, and Trish and Rich couldn't have been happier with how their product looked.
I sent him a text. I'm like, hey, that's all I said. And so I just waited, and then a couple days went by, and I started to look around a little bit more online, and I found 42-year-old Grand Ledge Dan Harris. Like, that's him.
We have breaking news out of Watertown Township where police are investigating a hit and run.
A vehicle hit a large group of family members walking on the side of the road, killing 2 and injuring 14 others. 30-year-old John Esch was killed in the crash along with his family member, 42-year-old Daniel Harris.
It kind of took my breath away. Yeah, it was sad even before I knew it was him.
It's all the different emotions. It's sadness, it's anger at how it how it happened.
Why it happened.
You know, it's just...
Yeah. And to read all the ages of the kids that were involved.
Dan Harris left behind his wife and 4 kids. For those who knew him, he was a light and a friend you could rely on. Dan was also the sole provider for his family.
It's devastating, really, to see that what happened to him, what happened to his wife, and the kids were involved. I just felt like I kind of wanted to give back to somebody that gave to me.
This weekend on Saturday, June 2nd at Yankee Doodle Days, Charred Sauces will be hosting a fundraiser for Dan's wife, who was also injured, and their 4 kids.
All the sales that we make at the Market on the Grand and Grand Ledge will be donated to his wife and kids. Well, he helped me out in giving us brand awareness and our
confidence,
logo and everything.
Everything.
I can stand behind a product because it looks good. He played a big part in our product looking good and creating the brand that it has created.
It's a small gesture for a man who left a big imprint.
And I had a friend of mine pass away that was a big fan of our sauce, so I had him alter another label to kind of have a tribute to that. It's hidden in the label, but now I think I gotta put something in one of the labels for him.
And we'll have all that information about how you can go and where you can find them up on our Facebook after the show, and there will also be a couple other businesses getting involved with that too. So just really heartfelt story about how they want to give back.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And I remember Trish and Rich and having them join the show. And I love how you said you see Dan's work, the closer you look, you see all those little details that he created to make, you know, charred sauces what they are today. So thank you for telling us the story.
Absolutely.